that behind you? Hours, was it?
Oh,
Touch,
you can't see it.
touch hours. Oh, yeah, okay.
Hang on.
I kept, oh, re-hike up.
Back in again.
Yeah. Lips that touch liquor shall not touch ours. Oh gosh, the old
Temperance Society, isn't it?
the Temperance Society, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job on tour. Well done, ladies. Well done. Well, looking at the state of them, I don't think you'd want to get too close anyway, would you? You know?
Yeah. They had quite a strong following in the 1920s, I think, and a lot of pubs didn't open.
Yeah.
So then they came down to Mumbles. It all started in the 1800s, but it was never banned. So booze was never banned from the UK.
No.
The temperance movement had a strong influence on everybody.
Yeah. So, your girlfriend, your ex's biscuit.
You what, mate?
Your ex's goes from the Temperance Society.
All right.
A lot of that was to do during the war because they wanted people to make sure that they didn't lose any time off working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to reduce the amount of drinking that was going on.
Well, that's why the drinking hours were first set, weren't they?
Mm.
I suppose the thought, if you had the thought of going into war, you're going to get drunk every night, thinking I'm not going to go to bloody war.
That's
what I want to do.
I would look at it, the thought of having a drink and going home to see one of that lot, it would put you off having a drink.
It's I don't know if you can see it all. It says, drink that touch booze will not touch ours. No.
Oh, right.
Lips that touch booze will not touch ours.
Oh, I see. There we are.
Yeah.
I know what I prefer my lips to touch.
So nice and roundish with a nice flavour to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that waiting?
Is that a woman of colour I can see in the background, Michael?
I'm not sure, is it?
No, it looks like a fucking, they all look like demons, don't they? Possessed demons. Look at this one here, in the middle
like
there.
a woman of colour.
Let me put it on again.
Surprising me. But there we go.
What is that background?
There you go.
Society.
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 Lips that touch liquor shall not touch ours. Ha!
The state of
Liquor.
I suppose am I being a bit macho now by saying look at the state of them? I mean, you'd have to be pissed, wouldn't you? Anyway,
I don't know why I looked at it. I thought Night of the Living Dead, but there you go.
Yeah. Well.
Right. I don't want you getting a row, so I'll take it away now.
Yeah, well done, Mike. I was
Somebody could be related
treading
to one of them.
into dark areas, Michael.
Yeah, he was getting warm. It was warming up there. The heating was,
Yeah.
I was looking at a wordy pun on that then, and the bottom half of it would have been shall not lick ours.
Yeah. We all saw it, Sam, but we didn't say it. All to do with liquor.
Yeah.
There's a couple of jokes in the mind, but outside of it.
I've just had a eureka moment.
When
you find something out, how to do something. I had a little Facebook poke from somebody, and I thought, oh, who is this? Do I know them? So I always send a little back sort of saying, oh, hello, remind me where I've forgotten you from, And the guy came back to me, and it turned out it's an old school, playground used to live around the corner from me. Two sisters, and one of them, you might know, one sister is Heather Collis, Jeff Littlejohn's his wife.
Yeah, no Heather.
And then Julie, Heather's sister.
Yeah, older sister.
Married to what's name, Bryn Lewis.
Yeah.
Well, it was their son. So I sort of clocked his page, and on one page, it looked like he was playing a big timpani drum from an orchestra. So I sent a little, oh, do you play timpani then? So he came back to me and he said, no, he said, my daughter played in a brass band and I got roped up onto stage one day and just stood behind this drum. So I thought, oh, I remember my taiko drum got used in a big orchestra in the Brangwyn Hall last year. And I thought, oh, I'll send something back. Oh, where's that bloody picture? So I go to my pictures and my filing system is like, well, it's non-existent, you know. So I tried looking for it. And on one of the search things, search by date. I thought, okay, grab my diary. What was the date that happened now? Was it pinpointed it down, October the 29th last year. Typed in the date on the calendar. First time, nothing. Second time, though. And up came exactly the series of pictures that I wanted. I thought, wow. I thought, of all my pictures, be able to find something just searching by the date. You know, because it's like a quagmire, isn't it?
Amazing technology.
Tom and I are listening, you're thinking, yeah. We were waiting for the punchline.
Yeah,
Well, that's the punchline. Me being able to find a picture.
it's amazing technology, Sam. What he could do with it, isn't it?
In fact,
Nobody knows.
well, did you see that thing I put up? Because I had loads of messages for my birthday, and then sort of, which was like, when was it now? 31st of March. So it's about a week and a bit ago. That's right. I wasn't around the week before because I was away down in North Devon at this country house thing, family job. And then the following week, it was the après of my birthday. So I put a loads of messages. So I put one up. I tried to put one up saying, thank you, everybody. And I thought I'd try and be a bit creative here. So I found the picture of my bike number plate, which is the same, 77 is what I am now. And I thought, oh, I can put a bit of music with it. So I looked and I found a bit of music. And it was Don Henley's Boys of Summer, a little snippet from it. Put them all together, posted it. Of course, it didn't work. Oh, something's gone wrong there. So I tried to delete it. So then I the following day, I put an apology up sort of saying, oh, sorry, everybody. And I said something like, stumbled on the techie side of it, over-ambitious technical stuff I tried and it didn't work, But it's funny when you try and be a bit creative.
What did you do wrong?
Well, I put the music piece on it, and then there was also a little effect. So I thought, oh, that's it. But when I put it up, it then said this thing has been deleted because of something.
This is music. Right. You can't put the music up, can you?
Yeah, maybe.
You got to find it from somebody else.
Yeah. But this were things that were available. It said, it suggested things, pieces of music. And it was only a tiny little soundbite of about 10 seconds from Don Henley's Boys of Summer, just an instrumental piece. I thought,
if you'd found somebody who did a cover of it, it probably would have been all right.
Yeah, but I think the bit I found was more likely it was offered up as a suggestion. Yeah. Anyway,
what program was that, Sam?
Well, it was just within Facebook.
Can they do things like that on Facebook?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
But the problem is they're always looking. If you use any pictures that don't belong to you or a copyright, they don't come up. Or if you use any music that's copyrighted, it doesn't come up.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never made a clip with Facebook. I wouldn't know where to start doing that.
Yeah, well, Sam's your man.
All right, yeah. I'll get in touch, Sam. Huh? Some tips on that.
Going back to the discs, would you think it would be a good idea? Because I can't remember the name, but somebody asked that because they were coming down to the area early in April, they'd like to see the discs on there, but as we've agreed, it's just not practical. Do you think it would be right to put a little note to say
whether
you're anxious to fix the discs?
Yeah, let people know that we're not just kind of
due to the weather, it's just not feasible.
It's not technically possible.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. In fact,
See,
one of the
I
guys,
just find the more you tell people, the more they get irate. So it's up to you if you want to put it up there.
no, but we haven't had much irate in us, have we?
No, you haven't put anything up there, have you? That's what I'm saying. Once you start putting stuff, people start questioning you. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
You know, I'm not talking about war and peace. I just say that, you know, we're as keen as anybody else is to put them up there. But
I know what you mean. Yeah, up to you. Whatever
maybe
you find.
there's one guy, and I think he watches our bulletins, because sometimes he makes a comment on them. And I
It's
think
only
the thing
there
is,
you go, isn't it?
he's no, because he's a real big Langland buff, but for the last 25 years at least, he's lived in Canada. Chris Parfitt.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
He sent me a little heads up a couple of weeks ago. Oh, he was coming over. He gave me a little window for about 5 days. Can we meet up? So it wouldn't be him, maybe Andrew, would it?
No, I think it was a girl that said that she was, you know, she was coming down early in April, and it would be great to go and see the bench for the first time, and if the discs were on it. I don't really know if.
Well, there's a girl, and it's the sister of Kerry, the beach guy. She lives in or up from Brecon, I think.
Right, it may be her, I don't know, but
Whatever.
you know, I just a little heads up where we are. I just thought it may be a good idea.
I think it'd be all right.
She's actually, by the way, she's redoing two of them because she wasn't very happy with them. And you know, there was a blue one and something. Remember, we tried reading one of them.
Yeah.
And she's redoing.
I didn't expect them
No cost.
to be so individually arty.
Well, that's the idea. It's to be individuals.
Yeah.
But
to try and make it memorable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But the print and the letters are a bit. You have to read it, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Because
what she's found now, that the ones in blue don't read very well. So she's going to not use blue on the outside. So she tells me
I just didn't expect the letters to be handwritten. I thought there was some kind of typesetting that they'd incorporated.
As I said, it's got to be done, then it's fired, then it's glazed, then it's fired, then it's glazed, then it's fired, then it's glazed, about 7 times. So
do you know the two that she's got to redo, Mike?
She did say, I can't remember. I know one of them is blue, and we had trouble reading it. Right. Was it John Honey's?
Oh, I'm not sure. Let me
have to look now. But there's two of them that they were difficult to see because we looked at them the other week, didn't we? We couldn't see. We had trouble reading it for some reason.
I can see looking at them that some of them have, got, a good couple of words on them.
Blue ones. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are in. In fact, there's one that really dark blue.
That's the one. Yeah.
Pardon? That's Jeff Bridge.
Jeff Bridge. Yeah. She's redoing that one.
Right.
And another.
There's Mike Kilburn, Linda Cartwright, Gary Parsons, Dave Fryer, but the blue bit is on the bottom with the dates. Johnny Hutton is blue.
Yeah, but you can read them, can't you?
Yeah, Tony Howe is blue.
It's the type of blue she used, I suppose. That's what she meant.
Well, I'm reading them now, Mike, without any problem, to be honest.
Well, Jeff Cridgy, I'm sure she mentioned Cridgy.
I suppose that's probably the most difficult because it's dark blue.
Well, she's still got a couple as well. She hasn't sort of given yet.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And the other one that's a little bit.
It's a Jeff Cridge, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a dark blue one, yeah.
Yeah.
And I noticed on the Kerry Evans one on the left, second row up from the bottom, she hasn't picked up on that word we gave her, she's just put a starfish in a shell there instead.
Yeah, but that's her. That's her arty impression, and it's
What?
I
So
don't-
some of the words we asked for, she's discarded, is she?
Yeah, yeah. I
Well,
think the
yeah,
other
that-
one that's, if anything, is probably more difficult, but I don't think the color is going to make any difference. Is the one in the middle in the top row, because his name is so long, it's gone right around the outside.
Yeah.
But I think whatever color that's going to be, the name is going to be the same length, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you put down, Mike, and try them in the holes?
No, I haven't, because
And
I
is
had
that looking
then
at
I
the
give them
date,
back to her, and I'm getting again on Tuesday.
Righto.
looking at the date of that one, the 1893, is that the guy from the Langland? You know, the big the building.
Where are you now?
Vivian Donning something.
Donington,
Cullis.
Cullis, yeah.
So who's the guy that we said crochet?
No, he's she's still got that there. She's still working on it. Isn't he the tennis guy?
Oh, I'm looking at 1893.
Yeah.
It's a born thing, not died. Yeah,
Yeah.
1893. 83. Yeah, maybe he's another tennis guy. William Gammon.
Yeah, it's just a matter of sort of. So no. So funny enough, somebody asked me the other day, we were talking about, one of the councillors said, "Oh, are there any tennis guys on there?" And I said, "Well, you'll have to wait and see,
Nice one.
because you know what's happening. You know the sort of thing is happening. Maybe you'd like to have a dog up there, Con."
Yeah.
Shitting on the sand.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, I don't know if there'd be room for Jack, would there?
Muttley.
Muttley, yeah.
Muttley, yeah.
Yeah, you put Muttley up there, yeah. That'd be good. To be good.
Yeah.
Great beach dog. The best, man.
Muttley.
What's the other one's name? Major, wasn't it? Yeah.
Me,
But
yeah.
I think you could open a regular can of worms if you start putting dogs up on there.
Worms.
But worms up as well, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Fishermen. Yeah.
What did do you like the pier that went up there the other week?
Did what?
The pier at Langland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you see my nice try?
Yeah.
I tell you what made me laugh, right? I think people are maybe having a joke about it, or maybe I've taken it too seriously, but they said, shame about the spelling. What the fuck has
Yeah,
the
I
spelling
know.
got to do with anything, you know?
Oh, I get that sometimes, and particularly
Good God, man.
if you're having a swipe at somebody, you know, in a kind of a light-hearted way, I sometimes go back over my words, and if I'm dubious about a word, well, I won't use that word. I'll change it to something else. Like I was going to put something up the other day, and what was it? That's right, embarrassment. To save embarrassment, and I thought 2 M's, 2 S's. Hang about, what is it? And instead, I just put to save face. You know, I left the embarrassment. I left that word out in case somebody was.
Listen, if you think that criticism's woof, you know, but in France they're fanatical about it, and I try, you know, I use Google Translator to write, because I'm useless at writing in French. I can speak it, but I can't write it properly, and I know it, and I really don't give a shit actually, as long as people can understand me. I'm happy with that, but. Then you write in a little thing saying, you know, oh yeah, oh this is last night's sunset, blah 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 blah. Put it all into French, and they don't say anything about the photo. Just say, can't you spell correctly? Did you ever learn to spell? And no criticism on a photo or like or anything. You know, just on the spelling. That's all. So I wrote back, well, excuse me, my dear, I'm an artist, and spelling doesn't come anywhere near the beauty of the picture.
No, but I mean, aren't you allowed to say that French is not your prime language or something?
Yeah, but I'm fed up with telling them that, you know. No,
But some
I used to say to them, I said, look, when you come back to me and tell me in English what you just told me in French, then I will take notice of what you're saying. And that took too long. They didn't understand that. Poof.
J'ai not compris.
What do you do? Look, at some people, their sole intention is to cause an argument. Because, funnily enough, I thought about I'm in a couple of motorhome groups, right? It's which are the relevant to the make of motorhome that I've got, and I thought long and hard about putting a fairly lengthy post on there. But Saturday I did. Right, I put this post up on two of the main groups, and instantly one has gone up to like 40 odd likes and a few comments, and one, people are always more reluctant, has gone up to about 16, 17, something like that, likes, and a few good comments. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I think it was yesterday afternoon, this guy who I'd never seen or heard of before. I mean, there's like 7,500 people in this group, and he put this long-winded dig at me, basically, right? And about the group and how it's going down the pan, and it's going like all other groups are and all this. And he rambled on now about a lot of crap.
Led Zeppelin.
So I looked at it, and I thought, why have I never seen his name before?
He'd been
Well,
on the
look
group
at
for a
it.
week.
He's been a member for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And he was going on about how this group is going down in his estimation and all this business now. So I thought, what do I do? Do I go back at him, or do I just put a laughing face, which I find sometimes winds them up even more,
Mm.
or do I just ignore it? And then another bloke commented now, backing him up. See? And I'll be perfectly honest, I'm hopeless at not reacting. I got a
Yeah.
compulsion to react.
You
And,
go for the bait.
And this morning then I thought, right, they're having it. So I composed this reply, and you know, great to see other people's got other opinions, and I wasn't aware that the group had deteriorated in the last 2 weeks, which, funnily enough, is the length of time you've been a member on the group, and but that's what people do, though, don't they? They come into a group. I don't even know
Can you actually look at a group even without being a member?
No, not if it's a private group. But I think you can see certain amount of stuff, but obviously you can't post in that group if you're not a member.
Yeah, well, maybe he's just been watching it.
Yeah, maybe.
And now he's finally decided to become a member because he wants to have a bit of a gripe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hang on, so you're a closed group, Biscuit?
It's the motorhome groups are private groups, yeah.
Yeah. So you must have somebody must have invited him in to be a member.
Oh, no, he joined the group 2 weeks ago, and as far as I'm aware, has made no previous comments. And then all of a sudden,
no, but if you're a private group, you got to be asked to join the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he would have asked 2 weeks ago to join.
We'll just throw him out.
Well, I'm not admin on the group. So
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry, I thought you were.
no, I'm not admin on the group.
He doesn't understand being an admin is the troubles of being an admin, isn't it, Michael?
Oh yeah. I'm admin on a couple of I'm admin on a couple of other groups, and as you know, it is a thankless task.
Mm.
You know, because
No, it's only 0.05% of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Do it. I mean-
0.05% and have take up some time watching all the shit
Yeah.
that they try to post up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once they start, yeah.
I tell you what, did you see that post up on the Langland site just about a week or so ago? And it featured a really old photograph. It was great of the Donkey Rock and kids jumping off it, and then people making
Yeah.
comments. Oh, I grew up with that, and wow,
Yeah.
you know, fantastic. And I forget what the comment was, but the challenge was somebody had come in and said, "Well, anyway, that's what's it doing up here? This is I Love Langland site. That's Rotherslade." And I thought, oh, so I just said, oh, I don't think we're splitting hairs over 50 yards of sand or rock of coastline, you know. And the guy came back with, yeah, well, if people didn't know, that's why I didn't respond then, you know.
As far as I'm concerned, it's Little Langland.
Yeah.
And,
Little Langland.
yeah,
You know, you can use all sorts of names for them, can't you?
Yeah.
So
but they were looking across from the point when that swell was coming up. There must have been only been about, maybe 6 or 10 foot left of the top of the Donkey Rock. When when it was coming in.
that's the time to jump off then, isn't it?
Get on it. Get on it.
It's always better to jump in when the tide's in. Jump off when the
Yeah.
tide's in, that's for certain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
On that shot, Sam, right? I was thinking, bloody hell, that looks awfully shallow. The tide wasn't really in far enough, was it? The Donkey
Yeah,
Rock.
because they were standing, some of them were standing about up to their waist,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, just on the shoreline. So it was only they were only jumping into about 5 or 6 feet.
Not even that. Bloody hell. A bit
but
sketchy, innit?
you've got to spread yourself, haven't you? That's
Yeah.
it's how they learn tomb diving, don't they? By rocks like that, they start off on little ones like that, and then they move on to the bigger ones.
Yeah. Then they kill
Because the
themselves.
last thing you want to do is go down in the water and you jump off a rock, isn't it?
Yeah.
You only want to go down a foot. You go further than that, you're hitting rocks.
It's a bit like flattening out when you wipe out on a reef, isn't it? You know, you just do a pancake landing sort of thing to try not to go down, you know, try to stay up and take all the white water with you.
Yeah. I was looking when I went out to the point yesterday, and I looked the other way over towards Caswell, and coming off Caswell, there was a lovely shaped wave just cutting right across there. It was about 3 or 4 foot coming across, and I thought, oh, unknown territory there of the rocks underneath, you know, when do you bail out or how far do you take it in?
Who's the second person that said that?
What?
You're the second person this week that has said something about the waves being good in Caswell. Who was that? Was it one of you lot?
It could have been me.
But this
I know
wasn't in Caswell. It was in between Caswell and the point.
Ah, the boiler.
Yeah, where it,
Island, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be the boiler, isn't it? It's a great wave.
but I mean, you'd have to paddle across to it, or
Yeah.
where would you get out to it?
You know, you're talking about jumping and you don't know what's below you. I watched the program on about if I say Piper Alpha, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oil rig, wasn't it?
The oil rig, yeah.
Or fire.
And there's a program, it's about an hour and a half, a program all about it. And what those blokes did, bearing in mind what they had to do to get off that rig, because they couldn't see below them. The explosions and the fire was going off, and they had to make a choice whether they burnt to death, drowned, or died by jumping and hitting something on the way down. And this one bloke thought it came to his turn, and he was I think he said he was on the heliport, which was at the top of the flipping oil rig, God knows how many feet up.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't
And he
it?
had to decide, I'm going to have to jump because I'm going to get killed in one of these explosions soon. So he jumped off, not knowing what he was going to hit. And he said there was flames everywhere. he said he hit the water and he knew he'd gone deep, and then he struggled getting back up to the surface. And when he got back to the surface, within seconds, the top of his head was burning,
Oh, fuck.
and he thought, it's time to make a decision. Do you want to burn to death or do you want to drown? So he said he just went back down and thought, this is it. And luckily the current took him away from the rig, and he came back up and he just kept swimming. And then he came across a body that had a life jacket on. And he said he didn't turn the bloke round. His back was facing him, so he just held on to this bloke's life jacket until he heard somebody calling, and they were in a boat, and he was saved.
Wow.
But
He
it's
was lucky, wasn't he?
I tell
Wasn't
you
the
what,
guy, there wasn't the rescue guy, wasn't that Red Adair or somebody?
yeah, but I'm not sure if he had
Oh,
any.
yeah, Piper Alpha. No. Piper Alpha was a disaster, total.
I don't think so. Red Adair was the one that did the oil wells in the desert and stuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right. He was like the troubleshooter or the one who came
Yeah,
in.
yeah. But this was
He was involved in
basically,
something
it was
in North
basically
Sea.
a mistake. Somebody opened a valve at the wrong time.
Well, there were two valves, and one was being under maintenance. The shift ended, and the guy who went on the next shift wasn't told about that he shouldn't open that valve that was under maintenance, because it was only a temporary valve on there. And he opened it, and then it just blew up. Not blew up, but it went from there. Like.
But when you say opened a valve, it was just press a button. It wasn't like,
Yeah. He's not round there turning the
he
wheel.
wasn't
No,
turning the
no.
wheel. It was just he pressed this button
Yeah.
and poof. And this bloke said, you know, it was just absolutely horrendous. You could see they showed the people that had survived and had got to hospital, and the things that they went through. It's unbelievable. If you want a bit of interesting, thought-provoking television for an hour and a half, I recommend you go on iPlayer and put in Piper Alpha. It's really
But
interesting.
you know that they couldn't find the people because the housing accommodation had sunk,
Yeah,
and everybody was in that, and there was about 60 bodies. They actually salvaged that. They brought it out for the bottom, and they found all the missing people were in there dead, like, because they couldn't get out of it. They couldn't get out.
yeah.
Bloody
Oh,
hell.
it's absolutely horrific. You know,
How long ago was that?
I
Bloody
think
hell.
it was in the 80s, I think.
Yeah, about 30, at least 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth watching. In fact, there were two programs that were recommended. One was that one, and the other one was if you go on iPlayer again and put in Chinook, and it's the investigation all about a Chinook took off from Belfast with all the top level
Yeah.
MI5, SAS, you name it, all the top. There were about 29 people on board this Chinook, and basically the RAF covered it up and it just flew into the side of a mountain.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. They kept blaming the pilots, and it was a radar malfunction, wasn't it?
Well, they said that what it was, I mean, I didn't know about it, but obviously there was a Mark 1 Chinook, and the Mark 1, when any new ones that were being made were coming out as the Mark 2, but they also took the Mark 1s in and they did some modifications and called them a Mark 2. And the people said that there were big faults in it, but the RAF wouldn't accept it. And that when this guy who was the top SAS pilot, he said he wanted a Mark 1 Chinook, and they said, no, you're taking this one, which he did, and then the accident happened.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And the investigation was, I don't know how many pages long, but then the people on the top and the of the RAF disregarded everything that was found in the investigation and just said it was pilot error.
Yeah.
So
I think I've seen that one as well, Biscuit. It's
yeah, it's really worth watching.
dodgy. There's some dodgy people about, aren't there? You know, and
well.
now it's got to come down to his business interest, isn't it?
You know, as the post office have proven that it's the world is.
Yeah. There's so many things coming out now. There's all these car loans. If you've got a car on finance, the car people have had to deal with the finance company and getting a backhander for it.
Yeah.
And that's going to cost millions and millions of pounds.
Yeah.
You know, so many have gone on in the past.
Wait till COVID comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably
Sorry,
never.
I didn't see. Forget that. Erase.
Well, that's gone down less than a minute.
What did you say then, Mike, about Cornish?
Yeah, Cornish. Yeah, Cornish pastries.
Yeah, we go in there now later on in the year.
Yeah.
Try out one of those Cornish style pasties.
Yeah.
You got less than a minute left. Are you coming back?
Okay, guys, have a good week.
No, I'm going.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
I don't know if the Kipper and Con show is going on again or not.
It's pretty good format that kept, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad.
We Well, you missed us. We were missing you. You know, we were. Our hearts were breaking as we were talking.
Was it almost in the format of Alias Smith and Jones? You know,
We have to do it like that.